I am recording this conversation.
Okay.
All right. You said you are who?
I'm Lieutenant Pickens.
And you are with?
Stockton Police Department.
Okay. Lieutenant Pickens, my name is Addie Smith, and there's been a lot of problems I've had trying to get some support here. I initially had it from Lieutenant Zachary, but when she found out it was a friend of hers that was causing the trouble, then she recanted. I have been...
I don't know what you're even talking about. So
well, if you let me finish without interrupting, I would gladly tell you what I'm talking about. Is that okay? Sir?
Yes.
Okay. I'm calling you because, well, I asked to speak to Chief Jones. I've been trying to reach Chief Jones for months to no avail, and they keep giving my calls to Lieutenant Zachary, and she has refused to allow me to speak with Chief Jones. Cherie Pruitt is one of the security people at Christa McAuliffe Middle School. And just like I told the operator when I called a moment ago, I filed a number of complaints against Cherie Pruitt because she was terrorizing and is still terrorizing my 13-year-old daughter. I am school psych council president. And during one of those meetings, we were talking about safety procedures. And I'm trying to get to the point here. Cherie Pruitt contacted Officer Gonzalez, who is the school resource officer. She told the school resource officer that one day I came to the school. Number one, she said I threatened her. Number two, she said I was on the school grounds without a visitor's pass. And number three, she said I was going to have someone come to the school with a gun. All of that stuff is a lie. I never threatened her. When she was acting hostile, I told her she better get out of my face. When she said I was on the school grounds without a visitor's pass, I had just parked my car in the parking lot and walked from the parking lot to the office. So I said, if I need a visitor's pass to go from the parking lot to the office, somebody needs to be standing out there to give me one. And then number three, when she said I was going to have someone come to the school with a gun, first of all, she wasn't in the meeting. Secondly, that was a school site council meeting of which I am the president. During that meeting, we were trying to come up with safety procedures. And in that and I asked them, does the school have any safety procedures in place to keep the kids safe? They said no. And I said we should test the procedure, and I could have someone come to the school and stand across the street. And we would see how long it would take for that person to be identified and get the kids to safety. They thought it was a bad idea, so I contacted the district. The district informed me that that is feasible, and it is called a Readiness Emergency Management Systems test, and it could be done. So I explained all of that to Officer Gonzalez, and then I even called over the first interim principal at Christa McAuliffe, and I said to him, Mr. Takamoto, Cherie Pruitt is saying I was going to have someone come to the school with a gun. Did I say something like that? He said no. The reason for my call today is Cherie Pruitt, Officer Gonzalez told me that was what Cherie Pruitt said. Then I said to Officer Gonzalez, I said, now that we know that's a lie, don't you need to arrest her? Officer Gonzalez said no. So I went into Officer Gonzalez at Bear Creek High School, and I said, when you lie to a uniformed officer, that is grounds for arrest. She said no. She said what Miss Pruitt said was she heard something like that in passing from someone else. Today, I went and got some documents from court. Cherie Pruitt has put this in writing to a judge. And I need to know if something has been turned in from Mr. Takamoto where he is no longer saying that what she said was a lie, and now he is, recanted that and saying something else. Because if that's the case, I need to see a copy of this, because she shouldn't be allowed to lie, not only to Officer Gonzalez, who was a uniformed officer, but she shouldn't have been able to put that type of a lie in writing to a judge. So if something has changed, I need something in writing, be it from Officer Gonzalez. Maybe you can contact her and find out if Mr. Takamoto, who was at that school site council meeting, has said something different. Otherwise, I'm going to have to file a lawsuit against Cherie Pruitt, because you can't tell those types of lies on people. I haven't even been in the state of California a year yet. And I moved to Stockton, and I haven't even been here a year. This is just not fair to me. I filed a number of complaints against Cherie Pruitt because she is terrorizing my 13-year-old child. My 13-year-old child is not from California. We are not of California. So if she's scared of an adult, something is going on. But I can't get the support that I need because this woman is continuing to lie and continuing to get the support from friends like Lieutenant Zachary, who initially told me that they were just a bunch of gossiping busybodies and that she had problems at her child's school also. But when she found out it was Cherie Pruitt, she recanted and said my letters of complaint to her supervisor, which is the superintendent of Lodi Unified School District, were harassment. And I said they can't possibly be harassment if they're emails complaining of a problem that I have at the school. So again, Officer Pickens, I am calling because I need to know if someone has written something, Mr. Takamoto, who was the principal, someone who was in that school site council meeting who has said, I said something so stupid. Can you find out for me?
No. Your issue is with Lodi Unified School District. And if you feel that an employee of Lodi Unified School District has slandered you, then you can sue them. If they're an employee of Lodi Unified School District, then Lodi Unified School District has the responsibility.
Well, she said a police report was taken.
Or discipline that employee. I see there is some type of report that's been documented. You can see if you can get a copy of it with the police department, but the problem is you may be a suspect in that, and that's not going to be, it cannot be released to you. You can go to court and petition to have that report given to you, but we're not going to supply that report. If I haven't read the report, I don't know. I just see that there's a report number generated. So. Yeah,
because she's continuing to lie and continuing to get the support.
People lie every day.
Yeah, but people shouldn't be. Okay, well, thank you for your time.
I'm just straight out. It's not illegal to lie. Okay, you can lie on a police report. People call us and lie to us all the time, and we know it. And all we can do is, if she has lied about you, if she has slandered you, the worst thing that she could have done was put it in a police report, right? Because now it's an official report and that she's lied. Now what you have to do is file a lawsuit against her, or probably it would be Lincoln Unified School District, Lodi Unified School District. You file a lawsuit against them. You go to their board of supervisors or however they handle that, and file a lawsuit of slander that your employee is slandering me, and actually made an official report to a police agency saying I did this and this and this, and you have employees that know that that's not true. I want that investigated, and I have an attorney that's going to file a lawsuit, go through that. That's where that's your remedy for the issue with Miss Pruitt. Miss Pruitt?
Cherie Pruitt, yes.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I didn't know if it was a male or female.
It's female. And she is terrorizing my daughter, so I've made that complaint as well since December of last year. And we've only been here since June of last year.
When you do official, the best thing to do would be talk to an attorney, and you can try to do it yourself, but there's a lot of legal avenues and times and things that you may not be up on, and you may miss out on something. But if you retain the services of an attorney that understands what has to be done, what needs to be filed, and when and with who, they would probably assist you greatly. And they may be able to assist you if you explain what you have. They may be able to tell you, because that is on the non-criminal side. Okay, and I am not an expert on non-criminal matters of law. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So I do criminal, that's non-criminal, that's a tort, that's slandering and libel and things like that. There's different rules that apply to that type of law, and that would be something that an attorney could advise you on if you give them the whole rundown.
I will. Thank you very much.
They may be able to assist you in getting the report also. Okay. Because attorneys can get things that people that are named as suspects reports can't.
Okay.
So they can defend them.
Exactly. Okay. And that's what needs to be done. All right. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, ma'am.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.